Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review for The Walk, and yeah, this movie stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Ben Kingsley, Charlotte Le Bon, Clement Siboni, James Badge Dale, Cesar Domboy, Ben Schwartz, um, Steve Valentine. It's actually funny. He was in a Disney show. I'm in the band or something like that. Funny that I remember that. It's like a rock. It was like a rock. Like this kid. He gets into a rock band or something like that. Or it's like I'm in the band or something like that. I'm surprised I remember that because I was like, what, from 2010. So yeah, and Benedict Samuels, who actually, by the way, he's on The Walking Dead. He plays he plays one of the wolves, the wolf with the long hair. If you guys remember the season 5 finale of Conquer, he's the one that first approaches Morgan. And yeah, and then if you guys saw, not JSS, was it Yeah, actually no. If you guys saw JSS, he was also the one that attacked Morgan in the house. So yeah, Benedict Samuels. So yeah, so yeah. Again, very fast. I'm getting over a cold. So sorry if I cough from time to time. Happens. Sorry about that. So yeah. Now, before I begin, though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual for those who have yet to actually watch this movie and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning, as usual, starting now. So yeah, before I begin though, yeah, actually no, yeah, for those who have yet to actually watch the movie already and haven't left by this point, please don't comment down below or be messaging me. Then I will give you a fair warning, because as usual, I did. So yeah. Basically, as usual, quick, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. So, yeah, basically, it's based on the true life story of Philippe Petit. Um, he's a tightrope walker, and he wants to go across the two twin towers. Yeah, he starts off small with in France. And then he's recruiting people. He recruits this girl he meets off the street. Who's also a performer, Anna Elise. Alix. I mean, it's French, so it could be Anna Elise. Um, and his and they managed to find these two guys, Jean Louis and Jean Pierre and Papa Rudy. So three guys, and Jeff, four guys. So yeah, and over time they grow, and then they head over to New York. And you have Philippe, who's trying to he's he's going between the two towers, analyzing, studying, and he wants to do it on a specific date, August 5th or 6th, or 7th or something like that, August 8th or something like that. So yeah, somewhere in August, and that they want to do it. And yeah, they meet. Well, there's one guy, um, at a I guess a Radio Shack esque, um, place. I guess where they get radios to communicate. Turns out, turns out he knows a few guys. One of them's called Albert. The other one's called David. They also want to help. They meet an inside guy called Barry Greenhouse. And yeah, that's your crew: Philippe Petit, Papa Rudy, Anna Elise, Jean Louis, Jean Pierre, Jeff, Albert, David, and Barry Greenhouse. And now they're all trying to get Philippe Petit to walk across the Twin Towers. And and obviously he succeeds. And yeah, now holy, this was a great movie. Probably one of the most horrific movies I've ever seen without it actually being a horror movie. Let's start off with that. Robert Zemeckis, he's actually a pretty underrated director when you think about it, because Robert Zemeckis has done some pretty great movies when you think of it. I mean, first ones that come to mind is the Back to the Future trilogy. Um, that's the first one. He did Flight a couple years ago, Real Steel. He did a Christmas Carol, I believe. But I think it was the animated one, or unless I'm thinking of some. Yeah, I think it was the animated Christmas Carol. I mean, some Beowulf, I believe. Right? I heard that one was good. He did Monster House back like 10 years ago. Polar Express. He did Matchstick Man, which I heard was okay. Castaway. So yeah, he Contact, Forrest Gump, which for some reason I don't believe they did that. For some reason, like I just don't picture him doing Forrest Gump for some reason. Again, Back to the Future, all three of them. Um, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? He's a pretty underrated director when you think about it. So yeah, and he knows how to use special effects. We saw that all the way back with Back to the Future and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And even with animation, Polar Express and A Christmas Carol. So he knows how to use CGI special effects and all that. And obviously, the Twin Towers are no longer with us. We're not going to talk about that. Yeah, sucks. Um, but here you need the Twin Towers because that's where the story kind of revolves around. And the scope of it, like you have these down shots, like these downward shots. It's like so intense, especially when Philippe is walking walking between the towers. It's so intense because I mean, first off, I'm afraid of heights. That's a given for like most people. You're afraid of heights, or it's just kind of scary or whatever. And the fact you have this guy just walking back and forth like 8, 10 times, like 8, 9, 10 times, that's scary. And then he like lays down. He's doing all these tricks, and then he have the police like on each end. That's pretty fucking scary. And one of his friends is arrested, obviously. Um, and yeah, he's basically commended as a hero, despite being a thief. But it's not your typical heist. I guess in a sense, it is a heist movie, but not really. It's not like you're stealing valuables. It's more like you're stealing a moment in history, a moment in time. So that's what's most interesting about the movie. It's a heist movie, but you're really trying to steal a moment in history, a moment in time, and the fact that it happened in real life, it's what's even more amazing. Now, the acting is actually pretty good. Throughout. At first, I couldn't buy into Gordon Levitt's accent, the French accent. I mean, I've heard it so many times through the commercials, and I thought, it's okay. It's not the best, but you kind of get used to it as the movie progresses. Um, so yeah, you have David played by Benedict Samuels from the Walking Dead as the wolf. So yeah, I mean he kind of plays a stoner character. That he was actually pretty funny. And then his friend Albert, he was okay. Um, so yeah, I mean overall the characters here, like even the minor characters like David and Albert, who are like the most minor characters in this movie, you kind of I won't say you care for them, like you want them to succeed. Um, so yeah, I mean overall it's a pretty great movie. The one problem I have is like the first act, it's like the origin story. It's him building up his I wouldn't say empire, but it's him building up his talents, learning how to do everything, and it's basically all that, just him learning how to do everything. Tightrope and whatever from a young age to where he's at, like in his mid 30s, I'm gonna say. Because again, this was a real life source. I'm assuming he did this like in his mid 30s, early 40s at most. I haven't really checked into the event, but yeah. So that's kind of the origin story. Then the second half kind of is like them investigating the Twin Towers because they were under construction at this point when they were doing it. It's just them trying to gathering the rest of their crew. Mostly the American people like Barry Greenhouse, David, Albert, Jeff, and one of the John Pierre, I want to say. Um, Actually, no, sorry. David, Albert, Barry Greenhouse, and Jean Pierre. Like those were the Americans. So yeah, it's more of them trying to like build their crew. They expand their group, while at the same time investigating this investigating this situation, Twin Towers. How they could get in and out, how they could bring supplies in and out from this, and again, it's actually really good. But the second half is it's probably like the weakest part because it's just expository. It explains, and explanation is always great, but it kind of drags on a little bit, and that's when the movie kind of feels a little bit too long. And then you have the end where again, like I talked about before, where you just have him walking across the tightrope back and forth like 10 times. The camera just panning down, everything going intense. Him getting naked to get an arrow. Watch the movie to understand it. Again, this is true story, so yeah. So yeah, overall, again, one of the most the third act for us specifically is probably one of the most horrific moments in movies I've ever seen without it even being a horror movie because it was tense. Holy shit! And I'm scared of heights. You see me on a plane, and I'm like dead scared. Like, yeah. No, thank you. Like, would I watch it again? That's my one question. Would I watch it again, knowing that this has to do with like I knew it was gonna do with heights, but just not knowing how the shots are, would I watch it again? I probably would, and I'd probably still be on the edge of shitting my pants. So yeah, um, it's a great movie. This is definitely an Oscar contender movie. Best Picture, I could see it getting nominated for that. I could see Joseph Gordon-Levitt being nominated for Best Actor. And yeah, I mean, yeah, Best Actor. I mean, the rest of the cast they did pretty good, but yeah, I mean, I think this is more a problem on the Academy Awards and the Oscars, but I don't feel like they really recognize or nominate foreign talent or like lesser known talents for some reason. Like the girl who plays Annie Ali, I think she did a pretty good job. So I guess like best supporting actor for her, like Charlotte Le Bon, but like she's French, um, so she's like French. So I don't for some reason I just don't think she'll get a nomination just because she's French. Because I feel like the Academy Awards are pretty racist, to a certain degree, and we saw that really explicitly last year, for the 2014-2015 Academy Awards when they like didn't nominate any African Americans. They nominated a French person with Marianne Cotillard for like 2 days, 1 night, but that's a whole different story. But yeah, but I still feel like the Academy Awards are still a bit racist, sexist. Again, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive that the people who run the Academy Awards are a bunch of these older men, like in their 70s and 80s, who just don't give a shit anymore. So yeah, but definitely, it'll be nominated for Best Picture at the very least. I can see this being for Best Adapted Screenplay or Original Screenplay. I don't know how that works out because I feel like adapted screenplay should just be anything that's been adapted from like a book or true life. But for some reason, there's some kind of gray area between biopics. But I can still see this being nominated for best screenplay, whether it be adapted or original. That's to be seen. Um, and yeah, like Gordon Levitt, he's definitely gonna get a nomination. I could see him getting a nomination. Okay, like the one thing that I could see killing his nomination is the accent and just how people react to it. Because there are some people, because the real life Philippe Petit, he does have he's French, but he does have a pretty distinctive accent for even for a French person. And I think he's still, and I'm pretty sure Gordon Levitt. Like I feel like he still nailed it on the spot. So yeah, um, overall still pretty great. Actually, apparently Joseph Gordon-Levitt did learn how to tightrope while doing this movie. So that's dedication. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm clumsy and unbalanced and scared of heights. So yeah, no. So yeah, but still pretty great movie. Again, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent. I gave this movie a 9 out of 10. Again, fantastic movie. Definitely do check it out. It's an Oscar contender for sure. And yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. Comment down below, below on your thoughts on the movie. Have you seen it? And if not, why not? And if you have what are your thoughts on it, comment on that down below. Let me know. Yeah, there's a documentary based on this. Man on a Wire. I actually really want to watch what that movie is about. Well, actually, I know what it's about, but I really want to watch it now, having watched this movie. So I'll probably watch it soon and review it. Um, so yeah, that's basically it for now. Again, 9 out of 10. Subscribe, comment down below, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. Again, sorry for the coughing. I'm getting over a cold. probably not smart to get over a cold with a fan on. Um, then again, I never said I was smart. I'm just movie smart. Um, Whatever. That's basically it for now. Subscribe, comment down below, like the video, share it, and that's basically it for now. This is Daniel March signing off.